Hey everybody, it is that time for Movie Review Monday. In this segment, I'm going to be talking about the movie that was newly released on Hulu March 27th, Mike and Nick and Alice, starring Vince Vaughn, James Marsden, and Isa Gonzalez. First, I want to start off with the director here. His name is Ben David Grabinski, and checking out his IMDb credits, he is I'm not going to say very new to the industry, but he doesn't have a lot of credits at all. His earliest work is 2011. He was a writer on a short, he was a director. Yeah, he wrote and directed a short called The Cost of Living. It seemed like his most notable piece of work would be Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, a TV miniseries based off of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, a phenomenal movie starring Michael Cera. Chris Evans was in that film as well. But not a lot of credits on his IMDb page. But man, Mike and Nick and Alice, what a great movie this was. I'm going to get into it soon. We all know who Vince Vaughn is. If you don't, he is most known for his role in The Breakup, co-star with Jennifer Aniston. Couples Retreat, co-starring with quite a few people. It was a really good cast in that movie also. You had Vince Vaughn, you had Jason Bateman, you had oh geez, so many people slipping my mind, but Couples Retreat is a really wonderful movie. If you haven't seen it, I'd encourage you to go watch it. He was also known for Wedding Crashers, him and Owen Wilson, taking over, or crashing weddings, right? Inviting themselves or getting inside of really high-end and exclusive weddings and just sleeping with as many people as they could at the wedding, right? So it was a really good film, and yeah, that's who Vince Vaughn is. Wonderful actor. I believe he had a stand-up career for a short time. If it wasn't his stand-up career, then I'm sure that he hosted a stand-up tour, right? But wonderful guy, all-around guy. Great talent, great actor. We got James Marsden also, best known to be Cyclops in the first X-Men movie that came out in 2001 under Fox Pictures. Most recently worked as Tom in the Sonic franchise. And he also had a small run in the TV series Paradise. Paradise is really popping out there. I see it a lot of places. Haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet, but it is heavily marketed. It seems to be really popular. Okay. Last, we got Isa Gonzalez. Isa Gonzalez, I think I spoke briefly about her when I did the trailer watch for Mike and Nick and Alice. And she was in Hobbs and Shaw with Fast and Furious. She had a role in Baby Driver. But man, she did a really wonderful job in Mike and Nick and Alice. All right. Let's get into the actual movie. All right, the movie says that two friends navigate the dangerous world of organized crime, testing their loyalty and survival skills as they get deeper into the criminal underworld. Okay, now that is a very good, vague, and accurate synopsis of this film. Right, Vince Vaughn and James Marsden do play some organized criminals, and Keith David. We see him in the trailer. He turns out to be the head of the organization, right? And I really don't want to spoil too much about this movie, but Vince Vaughn and James Marsden's characters are on a mission of redemption, okay? In the trailer, Vince Vaughn expresses that he messed up something and he has an opportunity to fix it. And that's exactly what's taking place in this movie. Vince Vaughn discovers an opportunity to correct a mistake that he made, and he recruits the help of James Marsden, Isa Gonzalez, to complete a mission in this story of redemption. And it was a really great movie. When I mentioned it in the trailer watch, I did talk about smart comedy. Man, it is very hilarious, right? It's very hilarious. I'll just say this. I'll say this because you can see it on the IMDb credits, right? If you go on IMDb and look up this movie, you'll see it for yourself. Vince Vaughn is playing two different versions of himself. Okay? He's playing two different versions of himself. And when these two different versions of himself interact, okay, one version of him is very, very angry and selfish. And the other version of him is mature, enlightened, and a little more reserved, right? Like the two characters he's playing are very, very different people. And watching him do that on screen, interacting with himself, is I love to see it. Even when they do it, however it's done, comedy, whatever, right? We could talk about Marlon Wayans interacting with himself on screen in his Netflix film Sextuplets. Recently, Michael B. Jordan just won Best Actor for his role in Sinners, interacting with himself on screen. And then you got the greats. Eddie Murphy and Adam Sandler have done it several times over. So whenever it gets done, in whatever element it is, drama, comedy, whatever, it's always wonderful to see because you are pulling so much out of one individual and they are executing it amazingly. That's what I'll say about Vince Vaughn's character in this movie. Here's something else I'll say. There was a lot of action in this movie that I did not expect Vince Vaughn to take part in, right? And I don't know, maybe I don't have that sharp of an eye yet, but it looked like he was doing a few of his own stunts. I'm sure there's some things that he couldn't have done all by himself, but I really believe I saw Vince Vaughn doing a lot of those things on his own, right? But man, the type of action that was in this movie, it really fit Vince Vaughn. Not like, I love Denzel Washington, but you know, sometimes his action scenes can get really overrated. I'm thinking about Denzel Washington in it's a really good movie, The Book of Eli. But The Book of Eli and Denzel Washington, just so much stuff happens, and it's a great movie, but those action scenes can be laughable, knowing that it's Denzel Washington supposedly doing all this. But I'm just saying that the action scenes in this movie, Mike and Nick and Alice, really suit Vince Vaughn very well. I think he performed comedically and action-wise. It was stellar. But again, you know, a story of redemption and second chances. It's a really great story. If I were to encourage someone to watch it, I definitely would. I tell you, go out there. Go, or not go out there. It's not in theaters. It's streaming on Hulu. Please pick up your remote, take the time, watch this film. It's so good. It's so good. You know, it's redemption, rebuilding relationships. It resonates with me personally. So I loved it. I enjoyed it. I'd encourage any of you to go out there and watch it. All right. This has been Movie Review Monday here with Real Time Frankie. Please check that out. If you've listened or watched this far, please give me a follow on all my socials at Discuss the Film on all social media. Okay. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, y'all.